Sheriff's Office told us they never received complaints or domestic violent calls from Shyneshia Causey and Eddie Swint's home. Major Brad King says the family told him Causey and Swint broke up after Thanksgiving, but their relationship ended in tragedy Monday night.
You throw in the stress of the holidays, you throw in the stress of a breakup or a tumultuous relationship, and you know, it just only takes a second for something to go bad.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another story, and this story is about a young lady named Shyneshia Causey. Shyneshia was born December 16, 1999. Shyneshia was 24 years old. At the time, Shyneshia had so many goals and dreams. Her family described her as a loving, warm-hearted person, someone that enjoyed nurturing, and someone that wore her heart on her sleeve. Shyneshia had dreams, destiny, and goals that she would soon achieve. In 2022, Shyneshia wound up going to school for a dental hygienist. She graduated, and guess what? She became a dental hygienist, worked in her field, and she just enjoyed life. Shyneshia had met a guy named Eddie Swint. Her and Eddie was together for 5 years. Now, both of them lived in Milledgeville together. Eddie and Shyneshia basically showed pictures, videos, and when they was around family and friends, that their relationship was loving and they just had a ball together. Eddie and Shyneshia would not reveal that they were having complications in their relationship. People just thought that they were a beautiful couple and that they enjoyed life together. Unfortunately, 2023 would take a huge turn for both the couple, but before that, it took a turn for Shyneshia. Shyneshia wound up losing her dad in August of 2023. Of course, she was upset and devastated, and she just was sad. But other things occurred too within Shyneshia and Eddie's relationship. It took a whole turn for the worse. And before Thanksgiving and Shynesia's birthday, she wound up moving out. Her and Eddie decided to split up. Now, listen to what the news had to say.
In the last 20 minutes, a couple in Milledgeville died in an apparent murder-suicide. That's according to Steve Chappell in the Baldwin County Coroner's Office. He says it happened last night on Old Stage Road. He didn't have any more information, but we're working to learn more. We'll update you as we get more details. Two Baldwin County families were concerned about their loved ones and asked investigators to check on them. Both were found dead.
You throw in the stress of the holidays, you throw in the stress of a breakup or a tumultuous relationship, and you know, it just only takes a second for something to go bad.
Baldwin County Major Brad King remembering the last time he saw a murder-suicide like this.
We actually worked one probably 10 years ago that was actually on Christmas Eve.
Monday night, family members asked deputies to check on Shyneshia Causey. She was headed to this home on Old Stage Road.
She was going to the residence to remove some of her items. She was apparently had moved out.
Eddie Swint's family also asked them to check on him at the same home. Neither family could get a hold of them. When deputies arrived,
Found both inside the residence deceased.
King says they're calling it a murder-suicide, but who shot who?
The female was shot first.
Then King says Swint shot himself. He says their department didn't know of any previous incidents between Causey and Swint. He says the families say Causey and Swint dated for a few years but broke up. So what's next for the investigation?
Eventually we will close our case because of there's no need for further investigation on an incident of this nature.
King says if you know someone in a relationship, be aware of any domestic violence.
If you are going to meet, if you're going to exchange items or anything, have somebody with you. Take law enforcement with you. Emotions are already traveling at a high rate of speed, and things like this happen, unfortunately.
The Baldwin County coroner requested an autopsy for the victims. King says results will probably confirm what they already know, that both died from gunshots.
So Eddie was a 27-year-old and he dated Shyneshia for 5 years. Now, Shyneshia was going to the apartment. She celebrated her birthday December 16th, and a couple of days later, December 18th, she would go to basically recover the rest of her belongings from the apartment that her and Eddie shared together. Unfortunately, Shyneshia did not make it out of that apartment. Family and friends on both sides, Eddie's side and Shynesia's side, would not hear from them and call police to do a wellness check. Both parties were worried. Once they did the wellness check, they found out that Shyneshia and Eddie was deceased in the apartment together. Now, nobody at the time didn't know what exactly happened, and investigators and detectives start figuring it out. Come to find out, after an autopsy came back, Shyneshia was shot first and Eddie's gunshot wound was self-inflicted. So basically they ruled it out as a murder-suicide. Now, the family and friends were devastated. Shynesia's funeral was December 29th, 2023.
Mean the world to me, and when you left me, I couldn't even walk straight on my feet, and now my heart is broken. I can't stand to see you leave. You were a great friend to me. I'm not ready to say my.
Following Eddie's funeral, December 30th, 2023, family and friends are still in disbelief. The couple never made it known. Detectives and police don't have record of any type of domestic violence. Unfortunately, this situation was a one-time thing and Eddie took Shynesia's life. Let's all keep in mind of both people, Eddie and Shyneshia. Let's just pray for these families because it's still unanswered questions that the family have. But unfortunately, Eddie or Shyneshia is not here to tell exactly what happened that day. So let's take time to pray for both families. I mean, when you lose somebody in this tragic type of event, it's hard to even figure anything out, especially after Shynesia's family had lost her father in August of the same year. So 2023 will be really hard for Shynesia's family. But let's just keep these families in our prayer and let's just be aware of these things. It is starting to happen quite often, and at times people don't know what to do or they're afraid themselves and just not speaking up. Let's just remember that both families are hurting and let's just pray for both families. You guys, thanks for liking, commenting, sharing, watching, and subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Thanks and have a blessed day. Peace.